Hi guys, today I want to make a video on propagating this tortum. It's a philodendron and it's been doing really well in my care and putting a lot of growth until one day I overwatered it and it lost most of its leaves. I waited until this last leaf unfurled and then hardened before I see a little ant here. That means that it's probably got pest on it because they usually lead me to mealybugs or scale. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely clean this up with soap first before I propagate it. But basically I waited for the last leaf to harden before I propagated it. It looks super ready because if you look over here, it's got so much aerial roots. It was kept outdoors where the humidity is super high. And I think I can get 3 plants out of this because, I mean, I'm not sure if something's wrong with the media. I'm gonna experiment a little bit and again to try to get a few plants out of this because they are so gorgeous. I may insert some picture to show you what it looked like in its glorious days. So here I want to show you how I do a bit of pest control sometimes when it's, I see that little ant running around and it bothers me. The ant has no business in a plant unless it's feeding off the sugary poop material of pest insects. So how I normally do, I mean it's harder with tortum, but how I normally do is I just soak my hand up. I'm a natural soap maker, by the way, so I use my own soap, bar soap. I know that there's no chemicals or perfume or anything like weird in that soap. So I just go through each leaf. A little bit hard here because I'm holding a camera with one hand, but you get the point. And after all of the leaves have been soaked up with water, because I know that once the soap hits the body of most of these insects, they just burst, they explode. And also you get cleaner leaves, by the way, when you do this. So after you're done with soaping them up, I just go ahead and, quickly rinse them off. Again, this is very hard with only one hand, but you get the point. So I would just clean off the leaves, both the underside and the upper leaf. And after I clean this up, I will go ahead and give it a cut. Alright, so here's the plant that we're going to cut up. Hopefully the camera focuses properly. I'm gonna just go ahead and cut between two there. I mean, the nodes are very close together, but I'm gonna be very cautious. I'm gonna make the first cut right here. Make sure I get the roots. This is gonna focus, yeah. So this is, two pretty good aerial roots. This is the first cutting. It's probably going straight into soil because it's already got such good root system here. The second one, I mean, I could leave it alone as it is, but I figured I could probably get another plant out of this. So, let's see, I'll cut over here. All right. And this one has a little bit less roots than the first one, and as you can see, one of the roots here, aerial roots, has dried up. So I may just actually plop, oh, there's another one right here, another root. So I may actually plop this in water first to get more roots. And finally, in the plant, I'm not afraid to cut back all my plants because I know that where I make the cut, usually 2 or 3 branches will start to appear. So this will become a bushier plant as long as its root system is healthy. Okay, so this is going to be rooting in water. I make sure not to fill too much water or use too big of a vessel, just the appropriate size. And change the water out whenever you see any kind of green or algae forming in the jar. So give it about 3 to 4 weeks maybe before it's ready to be potted up. Okay, so for my philodendron mix, kind of similar with my anthuriums, alocasias. Basically I want something that is very fast draining So I put a little bit of a cocoa husk first, and then a little bit of perlite for extra drainage. A little bit of vermiculite, also good for drainage, adds a little bit of sparkle into your soil mix. And this is burnt rice husk, and it's, I don't know, I haven't heard of any other regions using this product, but it's basically burnt rice husk. It's very, very fast draining. It's got probably a lot of carbon in it, just like any burnt mediums. I found that they're very good to to prevent against root rot here, and they're very light in area. Again, it dries really, really fast. Mix it up, and a bit of worm casting. Also, lastly, just a bit of pine bark. And I really like to mix my own medium because I get to see, how absorbent they are, and pretend my hands are like the root, just kind of like put it in the media, get a feel of the consistency, and of course, I mean, everything's an experiment. I made mistakes in the past, and you learn from it. And I would say that I'm happy with this current mix. I'm gonna go ahead and pot up the cutting. Alright. Hang on. So it was this way. Sometimes your orientation matters. I mean, this plant was laying on this side before I cut it, so I'm assuming the new growth would come out from somewhere over here. Again, for your aroids, I would go with a chunkier mix that I almost water it every day. I give it, super bright indirect light, and they do drink up that much water for most of my adult plants. For the little ones, because they don't have such a root system, they don't require as much water, but they need that extra moisture for propagation. So I would probably water this every 1 to 2 days. So there you have it. Okay, last but not least, put a little bit of slow release fertilizer and give it a good drink. Again, this is probably gonna go outside, although I do have a lot of propagation success indoors. And guys, when I water my plants, I always bring it to the sink because I really let a lot of water drain through, and then I would do this little dance with the pot to make sure that any excess water is not sitting around in the pot. And you can see, you can really wring out a lot of excess water when you do that. Because any water that's sitting in the pot is potentially gonna rot your roots. Okay, so here we have a, family photo of the parent plant and 2 baby cuttings. And I want to take this opportunity to point out that, that the light that's coming from this side is actually bounced off by a mirror. So, I'm going to show you right now. The window is over here. It's the west window, and it's, I guess the sun is coming down now. And oh God, am I going to, okay, I'm going to just quickly show you. I'm not wearing fancy pants. I'm going to show you that's the mirror. And look at that shadow that's coming off from this side of the plant. That's all coming from the mirror. So if you find yourself struggling with getting enough light in your space, definitely go to town with mirrors. It'll help you a lot. All right, thanks for watching my video. If you like this content and you want to see more, leave a comment, send me likes, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.